Welcome to MSAU's Care and Use program for Halifax Regional Fire and Emergency. MSA is committed to continuous product improvement. From time to time, improvements are made that may change the appearance or function of your product. MSA makes every effort to keep training materials current. However, certain materials such as videotapes, DVDs, and training-on-demand CDs cannot be updated after they've been recorded. Check www.msanet.com for the latest in training materials. This program is a supplement to, not a substitute for, the operation and instructions that came with your product. Thoroughly read the operation and instructions, including all warnings, cautions, and notices before using your product. The M7 power module and pass device mounts permanently to the backplate. A cylinder band secures the air cylinder with cylinder valve and cylinder gauge. High-pressure air passes through auto-alarm audible alarm with Universal Resource Connector, or URC, to the first stage regulator. Two hoses lead out of the first stage regulator. A high-pressure hose connects to the M7 control module and pass device. The M7 control module displays either remaining cylinder pressure or calculated remaining service time. An intermediate pressure hose connects to the Firehawk second stage regulator, an ultra-elite push-to-connect facepiece. The Firehawk M7 SCBA is NIOSH approved for protection against CBRN agents. Thoroughly inspect the SCBA upon receipt, before each use, and once a month. If any condition exists that could impair the function of the apparatus, place the SCBA out of service. Notify your station officer and tag SCBA with detailed explanation of reason for taking it out of service. Clean and bag the SCBA. Notify logistics. If there is a difference between the cylinder gauge and the control module of more than plus or minus 5%, the SCBA that is to be taken out of service must be kept as a complete unit, including backplate and cylinder. If the unit has been involved in a near miss or no air emergency, the complete SCBA that is to be taken out of service must be kept as a complete unit, including backplate and cylinder. Inspect the backplate for cracks, weakened areas, or heat or chemical damage. Inspect the harness for cuts, tears, abrasions, or heat or chemical damage. Make sure the cylinder band holds the cylinder securely. Operate the latch wing to be sure it opens and closes properly. When locked, the latch wing should not turn. Inspect the housing for cracks. Make sure it is attached securely. Inspect the alarm ports on both sides of the M7 power module for obstructions. Make sure the buddy lights are not loose or broken. Make sure the power cable is attached securely to the M7 power module. If you can loosen it by hand, it is not tight enough. Inspect the gauge hose and power cable for damage. Make sure they are securely connected. Inspect the housing for cracks. Check the cover. Make sure the rubber cover is in good condition, and that the buttons are present and operate easily. Inspect the cylinder body for cracks, dents, weakened areas, broken or peeling fibers, or heat damage. Check the hydrostatic test date. Carbon-wrapped cylinders must be tested every 5 years. Inspect the cylinder valve. Unscrew the auto-alarm with URC assembly coupling nut from the cylinder valve. Make sure the O-ring is present and in good condition. Check the threads for foreign objects or damage. Check the auto-alarm bell. Make sure it is straight, securely attached, and in good condition. Inspect the URC coupling. Make sure it's clean and undamaged. Check the protective cover and lanyard. Look for cracks, tears, weakness, loss of elasticity, or any condition that could cause detachment. Replace the protective boot if it is missing or damaged. Inspect the URC and quickfill couplings for tightness of the coupling halves and tightness of the coupling to the SCBA. Close the cylinder valve and relieve system pressure. Remove the dust cap. Make sure there is a line that extends across the joint and coupling hex flats onto the autolarm or quickfill manifold body. Put the dust cover on the coupling and, using maximum effort, attempt to loosen the coupling at the joint by turning the dust cover counterclockwise. Do not use tools. Remove the dust cover and inspect the coupling. If the line does not line up across the joint or across the joint where the coupling attaches to the SCBA, remove the SCBA from service and contact the Logistics Division. Make sure the needle and gauge face are clearly visible and that the gauge stem is not bent. Inspect the first stage regulator mounting bracket for cracks, weakened areas, or heat or chemical damage. Make sure the screws are tight and that the bracket holds the regulator securely. Make sure the pressure relief valve is installed properly and that the relief holes are clear. Check the hoses for cuts or severe abrasion. Make sure the fittings are tight. Remove the regulator from the belt keeper. Check the release buttons for smooth operation. Make sure the O-ring is present and in good condition. Check the intermediate pressure hose for damage. Check the head harness. Inspect for wear, broken or missing stitches, loss of elasticity, missing buckles or straps, or any condition that could impair its function. Check the lens for cuts, scratches, or any condition that could impair vision. Check for a tight seal with the rubber. Check the facepiece for deterioration, dirt, cracks, tears, holes, tackiness, or any condition that could impair its function. Inspect the sealing surface of the facepiece thoroughly. If it's deformed or distorted, it may not seal properly against your face. Check for tears or abrasions. Make sure the sealing surface is clean and free from anything that could break or irritate your skin. Remove the M7 HUD. Check the facepiece rubber underneath for holes or tears. Inspect the housing for cracks or other damages that could allow contaminants to enter. Make sure the battery cap is tight. Reassemble the M7 HUD to the bracket. Check that the spider gasket and valve disc are present and in good condition. Make sure that the nose cup is clean, undistorted, and properly installed. Gently roll back the nose cup exhalation valve discs. It must be clean, flexible, and intact. Check the valve seat. It must be free of dirt, cracks, tackiness, or any condition that could interfere with a good seal. Conduct the following functional tests with a full cylinder before each use. Always make sure the bypass is closed and the regulator is off before pressurizing the system. Pressurize the system by opening the cylinder valve all the way. As the pressure rises between 50 and 200 psig, the autolarm bell rings. The M7 HUD cycles through its startup sequence. 4 green LEDs on and off. Ensure that the M7 control module alarm button and M7 power module buddy lights are slowly flashing green. Check the pass device by keeping the unit motionless until it goes into pre-alarm, about 20 seconds. Listen for pass pre-alarm tones. Verify that the buddy lights, M7 control module alarm button are slowly flashing red, and that the M7 HUD orange LED is lit. Stand still until the unit goes into full alarm. Listen for pass full alarm tones. Verify that the buddy lights and M7 control module alarm button are rapidly flashing red, and that the M7 HUD orange LED is lit. Listen for the M7 power module to sound the loud pass alarm. Look for the alarm button on the M7 control module and the buddy lights on the M7 power module to rapidly flash red. Check the manual alarm button. Use the reset button to reset. Close the cylinder valve and crack the bypass knob to slowly bleed off pressure. As the pressure drops below approximately 25%, check for a single flashing red LED and buddy light indicating a low air condition. Once the system is fully depressurized, turn off the M7 control module by double pressing the reset button. If the auto alarm bell fails to ring, the M7 control module fails to sound alarm tones and flash warning LEDs, or the M7 HUD fails to display as described, the apparatus may not provide protection as designed. Remove the SCBA from service and contact the Logistics Division. Failure to follow this warning can result in serious personal injury or death. Users must demonstrate proficiency at dawning, negative pressure fit checking, and doffing before using the unit for respiratory protection. Dawn, negative pressure fit check, and doff in fresh contaminant-free air only. Properly decontaminate before doffing. Failure to follow this warning can result in serious personal injury or death. Always use a full cylinder. Using a less than full cylinder will reduce service time. Do not use the SCBA if the M7 control module pressure readings do not indicate a full cylinder. Remove the unit from service and have it repaired by the Logistics Division. Reach through the left shoulder strap. Slip your right arm through the right shoulder strap and hang the unit on your shoulders. Bend forward slightly and rest the apparatus on your back. Fasten the chest strap. Fasten the waist belt. Pull both ends to adjust for a snug fit. Straighten up and pull the shoulder pull straps so that the unit's weight is borne by your hips, not your shoulders. Grasp the straps and place your chin in the chin cup. Pull the harness over your head. Pull the harness yoke down and center it on the back of your head. Tighten the lower straps first by pulling them straight back, not out. Tighten the temple straps the same way. Adjust for a snug fit against the face. Perform a negative pressure seal check before each use and before re-entering a contaminated area. Block the inlet adapter with your hand. Inhale and hold your breath for at least 10 seconds. The facepiece should collapse and stay collapsed for the entire 10 seconds. If it does not, adjust the facepiece fit and test again. Do not pressurize the system. Repeat the test using the regulator to block the inlet adapter. If the facepiece does not pass a negative pressure fit check, remove the facepiece from service and contact the Logistics Division. Pull the flash hood over the harness. Test the exhalation valve. Take a deep breath and hold it. Block the inlet adapter and exhale. If the valve is stuck, there will be a rush of air at the sealing surface. Exhale sharply to release the valve. Do not use the facepiece if the exhalation valve isn't functioning properly. Remove the SCBA from service and contact the Logistics Division. Put on your helmet and secure the chin strap. Fasten the neck protector flap. Open the cylinder valve. Listen for air leaks and watch the M7 control module pressure gauge and LCD display for 10 seconds. Do not use the SCBA if pressure drops more than 100 psig in 10 seconds. Remove the SCBA from service and contact the Logistics Division. Compare the M7 control module gauge and LCD pressure readings to the M7 HUD LEDs. They must agree to within 5%. To connect a Firehawk push-to-connect regulator, orient the regulator with the bypass knob to the right. Push the regulator into the inlet connector until it locks. Check proper engagement by tugging on the regulator hose. Inhale to start airflow. Do not use the SCBA unless the Firehawk regulator is connected properly. A regulator that is not connected correctly can separate from the facepiece unexpectedly. Remove the SCBA from service and contact the Logistics Division. Failure to follow this warning can result in serious personal injury or death. Check the bypass. Do not use the SCBA if the regulator does not free flow when the bypass is open. Remove the SCBA from service and contact the Logistics Division. Failure to follow this warning can result in serious personal injury or death. Eyeglass temples will prevent the facepiece seal. Use a spectacle kit to mount prescription lenses inside the facepiece. This device may not seal properly with your face if you have a beard, gross sideburns, or similar physical characteristics. See ANSI Z88.2. An improper facial seal may allow contaminants to enter the facepiece, reducing or eliminating respiratory protection. Do not use this device if such conditions exist. Users must pass a negative pressure seal test before each use. Never remove the facepiece except in a safe, non-hazardous, non-toxic atmosphere. Failure to follow this warning can result in serious personal injury or death. Immediately leave the contaminated area if you detect the airborne contaminant odor, taste, eye irritation, or if you feel any discomfort during use. Immediately leave the contaminated area if airflow noticeably decreases or stops completely. Failure to follow this warning can result in serious personal injury or death. Periodically check the pressure indicated on the M7 HUD or M7 control module. When cylinder pressure reaches approximately 25% of rated service time, a single red LED flashes. The external buddy light flashes red. The auto alarm bell rings. The M7 control module alarm tone sound and red warning LEDs flash. If the SCBA free flows, auto alarm bell rings, M7 HUD LED flashes red, or M7 control module alarm button flashes red, immediately return to fresh air. Do not disconnect the regulator before decontaminating respirator and protective clothing. Otherwise, exposure to contaminants may result. Failure to follow this warning may result in serious personal injury or death. Do not drop the cylinder or bump the cylinder valve knob. An unsecured cylinder can become an airborne projectile under its own pressure if the valve is open even slightly. Failure to follow this warning can result in serious personal injury or death. Change cylinders in fresh air. Close the cylinder valve. Press the shut-off button. And disconnect the regulator from the facepiece. Open the bypass knob to release residual air pressure. Turn off the M7 control module. The second person will unscrew the auto alarm coupling nut. Lift and turn the latch wing counterclockwise to loosen the cylinder clamp. Slide out the empty cylinder, and slide a full cylinder through the cylinder band until it seats. Check the coupling nut O-ring. Make sure it's present and in good condition. Connect the auto alarm with URC assembly. Hand tighten the coupling nut. Do not use tools. Turn the latch wing clockwise to lock the cylinder into position. Tug on the cylinder to check for secure attachment. Signal the wearer when the new cylinder is installed and ready for use. Close the cylinder valve. Press the shut-off button and disconnect the regulator from the facepiece. Open the bypass knob to release residual air pressure. Turn off the M7 control module. Doff the SCBA. Unscrew the auto alarm coupling nut. Lift and turn the latch wing counterclockwise to loosen the cylinder clamp. Slide out the empty cylinder, and slide a full cylinder through the cylinder band until it seats. Check the coupling nut O-ring before connecting the odd alarm with URC assembly. Hand tighten the coupling nut. Do not use tools. Turn the latch wing clockwise to lock the cylinder into position. Tug on the cylinder to check for secure attachment. Press the mode button to refresh the display and turn on the backlight. Press the mode button again to toggle the display from remaining cylinder pressure to calculated remaining service time. Continuous pressure display mode shortens battery life. Continuous pressure display mode can only be activated when the system is pressurized. To turn on continuous pressure display mode, press and hold the mode button until the M7 power module beeps. To turn off continuous pressure display mode, press and hold the mode button until the M7 power module beeps. Continuous pressure display mode deactivates automatically when the battery is low. One flashing yellow LED indicates a low battery in the M7 HUD. Double flashing yellow LEDs indicate a low battery in the M7 control module. Alternating single and double flashes indicates low batteries in both the M7 power module and M7 HUD. In cold weather, water can freeze on the bypass knob. Check for ice and make sure the bypass knob is operational before connecting the Firehawk regulator. NIOSH certification requires a nose cup at temperatures below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Using the quickfill system as a buddy breather, two users sharing cylinder air voids NIOSH approval. Do not interconnect SCBA with different pressure ratings, that is 4,500 psig to 3,000 psig. Remove the hose from the pouch. Remove the dust caps and connect the quickfill hose to the donating air supply. Connect the quickfill hose to the recipient quickfill fitting or URC assembly. Transfilling begins immediately and takes about 45 to 60 seconds. Disconnect the quickfill hose. Cover the fittings immediately. Purge residual pressure by pressing the center of the dust cap. Discard the hose and go to fresh air. If necessary, properly decontaminate the unit after use. Do not remove respirator before decontaminating respirator and protective clothing. Otherwise, exposure to contaminants may result. Failure to follow this warning may result in serious personal injury or death. Press the shutoff button and pull the regulator out of the inlet port. Close the cylinder valve. Open the bypass to release system pressure. Close the bypass. To help prevent moisture and debris from entering the Firehawk regulator, stow it in the belt keeper. Turn off the M7 control module. The heads-up display turns itself off approximately 60 seconds after depressurization. A single red LED flash signals shutoff. Remove your helmet. Loosen the head harness straps by placing your thumbs behind the buckles and pushing them forward. Pull the facepiece up and over your head. Release the waist strap and chest strap. Loosen the shoulder straps by pushing the release loops out and away from your body. Slip off the right shoulder strap. Slip off the left shoulder strap. In general, only the facepiece requires cleaning and disinfecting after each use. Use MSA Confidence Plus germicidal cleaner as directed with clean water. Let air dry or use a clean, soft, lint-free cloth to wipe down. Do not use alcohol as a germicide because it may deteriorate rubber parts. Follow label instructions to mix MSA Confidence Plus germicidal cleaner into water, no hotter than 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Hot water may distort the rubber parts. If immersing in water, remove the Firehawk second stage regulator, M7 HUD, and if equipped, amplified radio interface. Use a soft brush or sponge to wash the facepiece and nose cup thoroughly. Clean the exhalation valve by opening and closing it while flushing with clean water. Rinse in clean running water no hotter than 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove all traces of the cleaning solution. Cleaning solution left on the rubber may irritate your skin. Wipe off excess water and allow the facepiece to air dry. Do not force dry. To clean the harness and carrier assembly, use Confidence Plus germicidal cleaner, soap, or mild detergent. Use a sponge or soft bristle brush to remove deposits. Use a cloth or sponge to clean the M7 control module and Firehawk regulator. Make sure water doesn't enter the regulator. Allow the regulator to air dry. Recharge air cylinders as soon as possible after use. Cylinder air must be at least CGA quality verification level grade D respirable air. Do not store partially charged cylinders. The cylinder burst disc vents excess pressure if a full cylinder is overexposed to fire or heat. If the cylinder is not full, it may be damaged before the burst disc vents. Store undamaged facepieces only. Put the facepiece in its bag and store in a cool, dry, and clean atmosphere. Do not stack anything on top of the facepiece. Use buckle to loosen the power module battery compartment cap. Remove all 4 batteries. Check the battery compartment O-ring. Install new batteries. Reinstall the power module battery compartment cap. Use buckle to tighten the cap. Unscrew the battery cap. Remove the battery cartridge and batteries. Make sure the battery compartment is clean and dry. Check O-ring. Make sure it is intact and installed properly. Check the polarity of new batteries as you load them into the cartridge. Line up the alignment features and reinstall the battery compartment cap. Unscrew the thumb screw. Remove the old batteries. Check battery polarity and install new batteries. Close the door and tighten the thumb screw. For more information about this or any other MSA product, visit www.msanet.com.